Good.
We all set?
Yep.
Okay. Good evening. This is the Town of Dayton Board of Selectmen special meeting. Today is Wednesday, May 21st, 2025 at 5:30 p.m. This meeting is being recorded. The listing matters are those reasonably anticipated by the chair, which may be discussed at the meeting. Now, all items listed may in fact be discussed, and other items not listed may also be brought up for discussion to the extent permitted by law. Can we please have a call to order?
Nicole Mello, present.
Mark Pacheco, present.
And Peter Karen present. Pledge of allegiance, please. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. And we're going to get right into announcements. We're going to get ready, Nicole.
The Dayton Historical Society is having their annual Dayton Strawberry Festival on Saturday, June 7th, 2025, from 11 a.m. to 3 p.m. This event will take place at the Lions Pavilion, 1111 Somerset Ave. There will be crafts, venues, live music, children's activities, and of course, strawberry shortcake. The Town of Dayton's annual town meeting will take place on Monday, June 9th, 2025 at the Dayton Rehoboth High School Auditorium. This meeting will begin at 7 p.m. Warrant article information will be mailed to each home prior to the meeting. This next announcement is just a reminder, as this event has been sold out. The Friends of the Dayton Public Library is holding a class to create a hummingbird planner at Ruggiero Farm. This event will take place on Tuesday, June 17th, 2025 at 6 p.m. And Dayton's Lions Club Food Bank will be held next Saturday, June 21st, 2025, located at Town Hall in the lower level.
Thank you. This is the first of two public inputs. Anyone?
I do have stuff to
Yes.
say.
Okay.
Another announcement that not this weekend, next weekend is Cow Show.
Yes.
So please come and enjoy. And this Saturday, the district, Lions District, is putting on a family fun day for kids with disabilities, the age of 25, also again.
Oh, cool.
So
Right behind the town hall?
we started in the pavilion, but we're doing a whole bunch of stuff. So,
Okay, I didn't know that.
yes.
Nice.
All right, so now put on my other hat.
Yeah.
And next you go. So we've had a lot in the past couple weeks. Frequent flyers of the leash law that aren't leashing their dogs. So I looked it up. We did, this came into effect in 2018, so it's not brand new. I'm gonna read it. And then, not that we'll discuss it, but if you have any questions. No person owning or harboring a dog shall suffer or allow to run it, for it to run at large of any streets or public places in the town or allow upon premises of anyone other than the owner or keeper of such dog without permission of the owner or occupant of such premises. No dog shall be permitted in any street or public place within the town unless it's effectively restrained as above defined on a chain or leash no more than 6 feet. So those stupid flexi leads that you see people, you can't have it all the way out because that's,
Right.
you're gonna have a problem. I've come up to somebody walking a dog on the side of the road and the dog's in the middle of the road because it's on a flexi lead.
Sure.
They should be by your side, no more than 6 feet. With the exception of a service dog, which is defined by the ADA. And I hate to say this, but emotional support dogs are not covered under the ADA.
Mm-hmm.
So that means no dog shall be prohibited in any public park, any playground or school. So with the ADA, just because it's a service, an emotional support dog does not mean that it can be there. And this whole town complex is considered a public area. No dog should be walking on any of this. The track, playgrounds, nothing. And you can be cited. I'm usually pretty good the first time. I give a warning. Second time, usually get cited. I've had 2 or 3 that, within a week, 4 calls every day about those dogs. They've been cited, and their dogs weren't licensed, and some of them didn't have rabies vaccines.
Wow.
Let's get on to that.
Sure.
Licensing in this town is by law, and it's a state law. If you do it when you're supposed to, it's $5 unless your dog's is not neutered or not spayed. After that, we just sent out notices. Rightfully so, because the Board of Health adopted this. As of those notices going out, I could go to everybody's door and start finding them $50 a day until they take care of it. I don't do that,
Mhm.
but I can. And rabies vaccines, if you're found to have rabies vaccine in this town, it's $100 a day until you get a rabies vaccine. And there is no excuse, in this town at least, not to have rabies vaccine.
Right.
The clinics twice a year, April and October, at Bristol Flag. $15, you don't have to have an exam, all you have to do is come and show up.
Okay. Do we need to get more aggressive with the leash law,
We are-
increasing the fines, or?
Well, we're trying to, it's all in, a work in progress,
Okay,
because for the longest time, I didn't have anybody back me up. You
yeah,
know, if I said, oh, that was cited, it would get to the town hall and they rip it up.
sure,
So, you know, this all is a work in progress, as long
yeah,
as.
well, we'll certainly back you
As
up.
long as somebody backs me up, we'll start
Absolutely.
doing this, because I've had a few people, dogs biting, not biting people this time, but have in the past, so I
Yes.
wanna make sure that it.
How much is the fine?
It starts at 25 and goes up to 100. And unfortunately, those people that don't follow the law are people that usually can't pay the money.
Yeah.
But we can take you to court and it can get attached to your license.
Okay. Great, thank you.
Great, thank you.
I have a question.
Sure.
Does the bylaw say anything about dogs allowed in town hall? Or is
That's a
this-
public place. So I know who you're talking about, I think. No, okay, no, they shouldn't be in town hall.
Okay.
They shouldn't be in town hall, they shouldn't be in here, they shouldn't be in Old Town Hall.
Okay.
That's a public place unless they are a service dog. If that's, there's a question you can ask, and if they don't come up with an answer, you can ask them to leave.
Okay,
But a public place like a walking trail or like a park,
That's something completely different.
but like town hall grounds
Town hall grounds are not
and town hall.
town hall. Just like you shouldn't be burning in Hannaford's and that kind of stuff unless.
right, people do.
I know, not my jurisdiction.
No, I was gonna say, I was lucky we don't have a supermarket in town, but I wish we did.
Yeah, I wish we did.
Okay, thank you. Any other public input? No? Nobody out there yet? All right, this is on to new business. This is a review, discuss, and act, final approval and signing of the June 9th, 2025 annual town meeting warrant.
So what you have before you is the warrant. We discussed it last week and made the recommendations. You were along with the finance committee. I have to say Karen did a wonderful job and put together a beautiful warrant.
Okay.
She told me 20 times. Beautiful looking warrant, so we're looking for to give it a quick review, final approval, sign it so we can post it and have it printed up and mailed out. Just also a note, with the warrant, and I'll bring this up again in the next item. I spoke with town council said that they, in the warrant we're mailing out, we're gonna be including the enterprise fund fact sheet.
Mhm.
So that's, that can be placed in it and it can be mailed
Great.
out. So,
Thank you for checking and doing it. Thank you.
yeah, that was a good idea. Matt was he's like, oh, I don't think we can do it, then he double checked and gave us an opinion, because it's not a ballot question, we could put it in the law.
Okay.
That bad cost analysis that you did, can that go in there as well?
Well, I think it's gonna be part of my presentation,
Mm-hmm.
at town meeting.
Okay, you did,
So we'll post it, we already have the stuff ready to go to print, so.
oh, we don't want to delay that,
It has to go up tomorrow.
that's right. We gotta make it happen.
Yeah,
Okay, then we need a motion on the floor to accept the warrant as printed.
I have another question, whose
Sure.
idea was it for the glossary of commonly used terms?
was my idea, because that's something I've seen in other town meetings, I think it's helpful. So
Thank you.
we said, put it.
That's a nice improvement.
Yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely.
I'll make a motion to approve the signing of the June 9th, 2025 annual town meeting warrant.
I'll second that.
Motion has been made and seconded. Any discussion or any more discussion? All those in favor?
I, just on this, do you know what our, how much we're funding this with free cash? Do you have that number?
Do you know what the top of your head, $371?
I think $371 is being used for free, $371,000 is being used for free cash. I believe the number's 180 is going to the general fund, and the balance of that is going to one time, I just wrote it in my little memo. A one time such as snow and ice, stabilization fund, OPEB, and
That's awesome. Thank you.
All right, so we'll sign it after the meeting.
yeah,
Then, go ahead.
no, go ahead.
Well, you're gonna say something, go ahead.
No, I wasn't, I was
okay.
gonna jump into it, but.
All right, this is again a review, discuss, and act, pay as you throw program.
Yeah, so this is an update on the enterprise fund pay as you throw program. As I had mentioned a few minutes ago, that the fact sheet, which I presented to you last week, we could place in the warrant. I just wanna make sure you're okay with it. It has to come from the Board of Selectmen. So that's one of the things, just to prove that you're okay with it. If you have to make any minor tweaks, we just make them before we send it out to print tomorrow. So I have, if you have any questions on that,
No, this is what's gonna go out, correct? I think it's great.
I think it's great too, but I think this article has a better chance of being fully understood at town meeting if the bad cost analysis is in there, because folks may not watch your meeting, or town meeting, they're all gonna walk in with their concerns, but they might walk in armed. This, I think, might help folks make a better informed decision. I don't know if it's already set to go in print. I don't know if
we could,
there's maybe a way to add the fact sheet, like the plan is to go to the bag, cause I just keep hearing pay as you throw,
right,
which is kind of, it's an enterprise fund, but that's the way we're going, pay as you throw.
all right, we'll do our best to squeeze it in. You know?
Okay, alright. Do you think it'll delay, or do you think there's a chance that they
It
can,
has to be in multiples of 4, so that's the problem if we,
like 4 sheets?
Yeah,
to make the book, so I think we're right at that right now, but maybe not.
Okay.
yeah, we'll let you know first thing in the morning.
Okay.
Sure.
So, okay, so I updated the slideshow to include the bag analysis. I'm not gonna bore you with everything here. Okay, just to bring up a few points. Again, I'm gonna say this 58 times, probably during the night, and maybe more than that, 5,800 times until June 9th. If this gets approved, this goes into effect July 1st, 2026. Maybe we'll keep on thinking it's this July 1st, 2026, because the enterprise will need time to do a full analysis on what the costs are, both direct and indirect, and how we want to present to you the best fee schedule. Some quick information. Right now, 129 communities in the Commonwealth have an enterprise fund for trash disposal, landfill, anything associated with sanitation. I just want to point out that again, 3 options were presented. Again, just to do the quarterly payment, the quarterly collection with the tax bill. This is probably the most reliable way to collect the money, but there's a cost to implement it, and this is probably, I'll say this is the least fair, because I know you're looking at fairness about usage, the least fair probably for the residents. The next one is the sticker in the bag. We heard a lot about that last week. but the stickered bag, it has identified startup funds, it provides identified startup funds, but it may be difficult to manage. And again, there's more of an element of fairness in it. And I know that this board, and we've heard a lot of expression that people want to go to the bags. And that's why I have to say it is the least reliable of income because it's just a continuous stream, but it's the easiest to get going, and it is a pure pay what you use. So it's probably the fairest way to go. Again, if it gets implemented June 9th, you start July 1st, 2026. So I did a quick bag analysis. Again, if we go using the bags, the large bag would be $7 per bag. The small bag would be $3.50 per bag. Bag capacity, large bag will hold approximately 25 pounds, and then the smaller bag holds about 12 pounds. Sorry. Just what does that come out to the resident? In 2023, the average household generated 1,241 pounds of garbage. If you just use large bags, you would use about 49-50 bags a year, and at $7, that's $348 for the year. If you just use small bags, because they're 12 pounds, it's not quite half, so that's 103 bags per year at $362. The actual bags that were purchased in 2024 was 112,000 large, 45,000 small, and the projected bag purchases for 2025 are 123,750 and almost $41,000.
So it makes sense with that screen to use just large bags. It's going to be cheaper for the year.
It depends, right? So it depends on your usage and how do you use it. I mean, if you're, it's up to the person, right? Because if you just want to get rid of your garbage once a week, or maybe a big bag is too large. But it does make sense to use the larger bag if you could squeeze it all in.
Yeah.
Right. So, but okay. So the just looking at 2027, which will start July 1st, 2026, based on a 4% escalation this year, our total sanitation cost is about $944. Next year will be $982. If fiscal year 27, if the bag sales meet 2025 projections, we're looking at a collection of over $1 million in bag revenue and bag fees to put towards the enterprise fund. See, this is where we have to start really doing the analysis upon approval. With that, we can start looking at a senior discount. With the estimated excess fee collection, the town may consider introducing a senior discount program. So at the beginning, one package of bags per month at a discounted price, and that price will be determined as we do the analysis. And also to help reduction, to help people use less bags and generate less waste, because ultimately that's the goal, to reduce the tonnage. We're going to plans to strengthen recycling initiatives and introduce food waste reduction and backyard compost programs, because food waste and compostable materials represents 28% of our trash. So we can help people sort of if they use those programs, they'll use even less bags and need less other costs for that. So that's the analysis I included in the slideshow. We'll be tweaking it and putting that up, and we'll try to get this memo in the warrant as well. In addition to that, Peter and I are meeting with the cable station tomorrow, so we can do a cable sanitation enterprise fund talk. So hopefully that'll be They'll be running, people will watch it, they'll see this, they'll see it online, and they will be getting it, the warrant in the mail, so we'll take a look. So, that's my update on it.
The entire thing is just one big educational program. Everything from what an enterprise fund is to what trash to be disposed of and what you can recycle and the garbage and but it's just educating the public.
Yeah, the good part now is that, right, if it's voted, we have that whole year to ramp up.
Tweak it.
Now is, in this situation, people, and rightfully so, are interested, what is this going to cost me?
Yep.
And, you know, these are pretty, it's rough analysis, but it's pretty close, you know, so people have an idea. And, you know, and there is a way to reduce those costs by conserving, by recycling, by composting, so there's opportunities to do that. So, and again, you know, people vote on it, June 9th, goes into effect July 1st, 2026, and we're gonna use that time working with the Board of Health and the Solid Waste Reduction Committee to put that out. As a matter of fact, at this year's Township, the Solid Waste Reduction Committee is having a table at Township with the compost bin, and so we're starting to introduce how to do backyard compost.
Sure. Great, thank you. Nicole, do you have any questions or anything?
No.
Mark?
No, great, well, I'll talk, I
Sure.
always have something to say. Great job on the presentation, I think it's great. I think it's easy on the eyes, the colors are great too, so
Thanks to
thanks
Nicole.
Nicole. I love this one sheeter, another one sheeter that you
Yeah.
did, I think that's awesome.
Yeah.
And I think some of the public's concerned about us moving too fast.
Yeah.
I feel, correct me if I'm wrong, until we implement it and get some data behind it, there's no way to know what the economy's gonna look like in a year from now, what folks are gonna be purchasing for bags. So that analysis, first we need to know we have a yes on this. We need to do analysis and work with the boards, but like you said, the costs are pretty close.
Right.
But we'll never get it perfect until we implement the program and have some numbers.
Correct.
So there's no real benefit in, if we wait, our budget situation will be much worse.
Yes, it will, I mean, we're just waiting for the analysis, I mean, we'll have it, we'll have it done. The only thing I ask of the board is that, the one page, if you direct me that came from me, if we could put it in the warrant, vote that it comes from the Board of Selectmen as the fact sheet, and we'll try to, with my good, and try to squeeze that in.
Yes.
So what are you looking for as far as a vote for tonight then?
Well, just to vote for, to accept the fact sheet as
Oh, okay.
From the board of.
Oh, sure.
And then direct me to, if you're okay with the other one sheet as
Yeah,
directed to the
I think they're great.
selectmen, so I could put that, in the warrant.
Okay. I'm content with them, you guys
Yeah,
feel the same?
Yeah.
Okay, then there's a motion on the floor, please.
I'll make a motion to accept the pay as you throw sanitation enterprise fund fact sheet and the bag cost analysis for it to appear from the Board of Selectmen and for them to be placed in the annual town meeting warrant.
I'll second that.
Motion made and seconded, any more discussion? All those in favor?
Aye.
Alright. Approval of the warrants.
Okay. I make a motion to approve the warrants paid by May 22nd, 2025, 47A25 for $123,017.37, 47B-25 for $120,954.89, 47C-25 for $15,050.54, and 47D-25 for $1,614,184.87.
I'll second that.
Motion made and seconded, any discussion? All those in favor? Aye. It's just that one, right?
Yes.
So now we're on to correspondence, if there's any? No? Minutes, approval of the Board of Selectmen's regular meeting minutes for May 14th.
I'll make a motion to approve the Board of Selectmen's regular meeting minutes for May 14th,
I
2025.
believe you have them in your.
No, where's the ones that we had?
Oh,
Oh, the
those are for
executive.
executive,
Oh,
never
okay, I'm
mind.
sorry, then we have to table that.
Make a motion to table those
Second.
minutes.
Motion made and seconded, any discussion? All those in favor?
Aye.
Okay, one more public input. You have some time, Lenny, you're all set?
No.
Okay. Hearing none, then we're gonna go into executive session.
Which means you have to leave.
Everyone wanna make that motion?
I'll make a motion to go into executive session under Massachusetts General Laws 38, Section 21A2, to discuss strategy in preparation for negotiation with non-union personnel or to conduct collective bargaining sessions or contract negotiations with non-union personnel, animal control officer, town accountant, administrative assistant to the Board of Selectmen, executive assistant / human resources coordinator, and I'm gonna go on, and under Massachusetts General Laws 30A, Section 21A7, to comply with or act under the authority of any general or specific law or federal grant and aid requirements, approval of Board of Selectmen executive session meeting minutes of January 8, 2025, and approval of the Board of Selectmen executive session minutes of February 12, 2025.
I'll second that.
Okay, motion has been made and seconded, any discussion? All those in favor? We have an individual, so Peter Karen's an aye.
Nicole Mellows and I.
Mark Pacheco, aye.
Okay, we will not be returning from, sorry Lenny, from open session after the executive session. So thank you and have a good evening.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Good Barjolas, Lenny.
You can use that to
Oh. Yeah. I didn't get to it.
I'll get to it.
Oh, Dave. From Cable Car.
Went for PT today, they're really beating me.
Yeah, Dave. Oh.
No, I'm on some bicycles and weights.